phone. I think it was the connectivity of the connection. So I hope this doesn't happen again. I know the signal was weak, so that this could be a problem. So this sounds good. So if it does happen again, what I'll do is I'll just continue the stream the next part tomorrow. We have better connectivity, like in the morning or something. This is prime hours being Saturday, and maybe they're doing something with the lines, who knows. Okay, so that's what we got. Choose from scrap smelting, family, inner lantern, and partnership. Now, partnership's interesting, but that's a definite no. Inner lanterns, high on the list because that's surge. That's huge. Huge. Family's good because it gives everyone to party one survival regardless. So additional survival, another type of action you can do with survival. And then with scrap smelting, you could turn scrap into iron. So scrap smelting is really good, but I don't have the resources for it right now. And I don't have scrap, so it's not high on the list. But it would be good to have just to have it. But one I need very badly is inner lantern. Badly. So I'm going to definitely do that one. All right, so these three go back. And then I add inner lantern consequences to the deck. So I'm going to do that first. So since I know inner lantern, now there's new specializations I can learn off of inner lantern. So I'm going to look for those. So I'm looking for inner lantern consequences. And I'm going to look twice just because the cards stick. So far I found two, so I'm going to look one more time. Inner lantern. Okay. So it looks like there's two. I'm adding shrine and scarification. Scarification, you can gain stuff, lose stuff by maiming yourself. And shrine, you can give everybody more armor or insanity. Wow, more armor. That's fucking amazing. Holy crap. That's amazing. All right, so those two are added to the deck. Future, but now I'm going to record inner lantern, which it gives me the ability to surge. Why do I care so much about that? Because surge allows you to do the same thing like dash, but for actions instead of movement. So I could spend a survival to do 2 actions instead of just 1. Which is good for doing multiple attacks if you're isolated. It's good for going to town if you have Skullcap Hammer or the Counterweight Axe. It's good stuff. Or even the fact that so you could say you can do an attack and block with a shield, because you can spend a survival to do the shield. If you know you have a high chance of getting hit. Okay, so I'm going to record that probably on this other sheet because this one's already maxed out. So I learned inner lantern. Which is surge. So now I can record on everybody's card that now they can do surge as well. So we have inner lantern, and now all these cards I can fill in surge. So they can do that as also a survival action. So now there's only one survival action I haven't learned yet, and that's endure, which allows you to get a bonus whenever you do a severe injury roll to help you live whenever that happens. But to be honest, I don't know how you can endure. Maybe it's from an innovation I haven't seen yet. That one I've not seen. I'm just adding Surge to everybody before I forget. But yeah, that's this way you can block and attack, or you can do 2 attacks, or you can do some other utility function and attack, or 2 utility functions. It's really good. Because time in this game is a factor. The longer the fights go, the worse it can be. It's like a raid. Okay, so everyone got Surge, and we innovated. Great, awesome, good stuff. All right, so next up we have 4 endeavors left. So I do want to try to have kids, which will take up 3, because I'm going to try it twice and do face painting Founder's Eye. But I also want to share an ability. Now I really want to share Timeless Eye though, so it's like, fuck. The reason why I want to do face painting on top of Augury is because it allows me to not roll. If I ever get a terrible roll, it won't be that terrible, because I'll add 1 to the value. But Legendary Lungs would be more hits. So see, if you do Legendary Lungs and Timeless Eye on the same person, when someone's trying to get a perfect hit, that means if you ever get a hit, you can roll more hits. And if that hit is a 9 or 10, you can guarantee. So it's like, it's really good. So good, I think I've already sold myself what I need to do. So I need to do 2 Shadow Rituals. But see, the problem is who would go out. Because survival's a problem, because it's going to be -2. So I think, unfortunately, I can't do Shadow Ritual once. It's just, Emily most likely is going to be the murderer. The murderer, God, I don't know why I can't say that word. The murderer next year, because she still has the most insanity. Her insanity is so high, it's 17. Of course, everyone else is going to get less insanity too. I mean, she won't have the most hunt experience if she doesn't go out. And she may not even have the most insanity. If someone gets 5 + 3, 8 insanity, that's going to be 20. So, that's also true. Alright, so I definitely want to share it, because it's so huge, especially on this custom campaign, the strategy I'm working on. So I'm going to do 2 Shadow Rituals. The question is who would go out. That's the problem. I need people with survival. I have 1 person with a lot of survival. 7. I have an 8, but Sona is retired. Oh, and Volva can't spend survival anyway because she's got Immortal, right? Also true. Is that really what it said? Departing survivors get 5 insanity and -2 survival. Yeah, that sucks. Now I could give people gear to give them more survival. You know, like I can make a Canthus so people get +2. That's true. Yeah, that's true. No, I have to try to be as safe as possible, because I'm limited on people. The people resource is limited. Alright, so I'll do 2 Shadow Rituals. And then I'll have to gamble with and not do face paint with the dice rolls. Hope I don't get 2 crappy rolls. Shit. Or not do it at all. That's also true. Anyway, let's proceed. I need to shuffle the disorders, because if we do Shadow Rituals, we're going to need to get 2 disorders. Again, is a custom thing to add to the campaign. You won't be able to look up Shadow Ritual. I just feel it adds more customization to the campaign and also makes it feel more like a settlement. The fact that things persist in the settlement instead of being attached to an individual. Since it's supposed to be a settlement RPG, as opposed to a heroic RPG like Dungeons and Dragons, which is based on the individual heroes. I do really need more people, though. Desperately. Or just have people stop dying. That's the other problem. So that's me, this murder. I'm losing people for no reason. I'm going to lose another person again next year. Okay, so we got the first disorder is going to be secretive. Again, here's what that looks like. I'll read it to you. And also, again, the disclaimer, if for some reason this stream goes out for any reason because of connectivity today, I'll do the next stream tomorrow, but not today. So expect the final part. The first two parts will go up today. The next part will be a day late. It says, you love secrets, so much in fact that you pretend to have many. When you are a returning survivor, you quickly become preoccupied with your own affairs. You must skip the next hunt to deal with them. So this actually is not a bad one at all. So the one, sorry, that was doing first Legend of Longs, because that's the hardest one to get, obviously. So Talkin now gets secretive. And then in addition to having caprolalia, which means that it says whenever you're the returning survivor, you have to skip the next hunt. Talkin currently is still a returning survivor. So that's still consistent because you're a returning survivor during the settlement phase. So that means we'll have to skip the next hunt anyway. But that's going to happen regardless because you're doing Shadow Ritual, but yeah. So secretive. If returning, skip next hunt. Which he's doing anyway. Okay, so now he's sharing legendary lungs with 3 people. So, I'll give that 3 people that I expect hopefully not to die. So, I will share 1 with Sona and get rid of Rhythm Chaser. Because I can get that back. So she'll get Legendary Lungs. And then share with 2 other people. The reason I'm giving it to Sona, even though it can't go out, just because she could be a battery for holding valuable fighting arts. But she has 1. And then I'll give 1 to people most likely to use clubs. So I'll give 1 to Joy, and probably 1 to probably Emily. Definitely 1 to Joy. Get rid of Orator of Death. Legendary Lungs. And then for the third one, I think I'll give it to Emily. Of course, she does have a high chance of dying. So maybe for that reason I should give it to somebody else. Actually, you know what? That's something that would be really good on Volva, just because she has Twilight Sword. Actually. I don't know why I can't find her card right now. That's kind of weird. Where's her card at? Yeah, she only has 2, so I'll give it to her as well. Great. Alright, so I did legendary lungs. Okay. As endeavor. Now for my next endeavor, I'm gonna do... I'll use Emily, and I'll share a Timeless Eye. So she now will also get a disorder. If I need to reshuffle the deck, only because she could get secretive again. I just cannot believe I do murder. I mean, there's 20 cards. Oh my god. It's like, let's say, it's like getting a natural fucking 20. Probably more than 20 cards. Yeah, Jesus. This next disorder is Immortal. Oh my god, that's a great one. You all know what Immortal is. It allows me to convert all physical damage to insanity. And then you can do that as long as you're insane. Oh my god, she got Immortal. It's too bad that she has a chance of dying now. Wow, Immortal. Fuck yeah. Okay, so she's going to be sharing Timeless Eye. And she got Immortal, which is awesome. But she will have to skip the next hunt, unfortunately. And then she's going to give Timeless Eye to some people. Now, I know Order of Death was interesting, but I think I'm going to get rid of it because it is a liability for better stuff. So... Plus, Order of Death is on Sona, anyway. I think I'll give one to Isma and get rid of Last Man Standing. Just so I can have it with me. And then I'll give it to two other people. So the first one is Timeless Eye. Okay, so she has it, and then I can give it to two other people other than Emily. So... I think I'll give it to Ren and Barrett, is what I'll do. Sure. Just because it's better than Order of Death. And I still have Order of Death on somebody else, so I can share that. So I got Timeless Eye and Timeless Eye. Okay, so we've done our Shadow Rituals. We've done our Innovation, so now we have 2 endeavors left. Okay, so... I want to try to get kids. Because I'll either get Understanding, or I'll get Survival, or I'll trigger Intimacy. Especially if someone has 3 or more Understanding. And I have 2 attempts. So I think I'm going to do that. The question is with who? I want to do it on somebody that has a lot of Understanding, that way I get that bonus. So Isma can do it, and actually currently it's only Isma. I mean, if Volva gets a failure, it should get 3 Understanding. So maybe I'll try with those 2. Probably. Yeah, I mean definitely Isma, but you can only have someone doing an endeavor once. Yeah, I'll do those 2. Sure. Sure. Okay, so the first one I'll do is Isma because she has the highest chance because she has hell Understanding. So she's going to do an augury. So what that is I roll a d10, And then I can add 1 to my roll result because she has 3 or more understanding, so I have to get a 7 or higher to trigger intimacy. Well, I shouldn't say that. Depending on what the roll is, has different things. I can add 1 to my roll. So I rolled a 1, which is terrible, which turns into a 2, which is still bad. So that means I lose 1 resource and gain 1 understanding. So I'll lose an acanthus, but she gets 1 understanding. That means she's only 2 away from getting white secret, which is interesting, since I don't even know what the hell that is. Okay, and so for my last one, I'll try again, and this time I do it with vulva. So we'll do it again. But this one, she doesn't give it a bonus, so it's a straight roll. Rolled a 5, which isn't high enough, but she does gain 1 survival. Which is kind of a waste of endeavor, but it's, like I said, I'm trying to do the only ways I have to try to get kids. Of course, I could have tried with Rin to get a courage here. But you have to roll a 10 to get a courage, so it's like just the odds of that are kind of bad. Okay, so she gains 1 survival, which does nothing because she's already at 8. So, but you know, it's worth the risk because I need people badly. So, you know, I had to do what I had to do. Gotta do what you gotta do. All right, well, so that's it for endeavors. We tried twice to glean existence. The only person that got understanding with Isma. We shared legendary lungs. We shared timeless eye, and then we innovated the ability to surge with inner lantern. All right, well, that is it for this settlement event. During the next stream, I will be the hunt phase and the departing of the survivors and the arrival to the showdown, but not the actual showdown fight. Most likely it's going to be a Phoenix. I haven't determined yet what level. Probably level 2. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. What I decide. But yeah, so this could, and again, this is going to be a 2-part for the settlement phase. So look for part 1 and part 2. But the next stream will be fighting some type of Phoenix, most likely. So this is Ismortah. I'll catch you next time. And tune in to watch a battle against a big bird. All right, thanks, guys. Catch you later.